Living for social media is a reality in the world we live in. There is a lot of artificial posturing going on, largely to influence people's thoughts and lead them to believe they have the most ideal existence imaginable. But how can you distinguish between those who are truly wealthy and those who are just pretending to be wealthy? Welcome to Financial Fluence. In this video, I'll teach you the difference between the fake rich and the actual rich. Let's now get going. Number 1. They talk about money a lot. The fake rich don't actually have the wealth that people believe they do. Therefore, this may not come as any real surprise. What occupies a person's thoughts is that they are most likely to talk about. When a fake rich person joins a conversation, they will almost always brag about their possessions and the newest things they bought. Contrarily, wealthy people hardly ever discuss money. Instead, they frequently search for wiser people to learn from. Fake rich people are so eager to brag about their material gains even before you ask, and you can count on them to bombard you with information, from the price of their shoes to the type of phone they use, the vehicle they drive, their place of residence, the events they attend, the price of items in general, and how bad the economy is doing. Number 2. A constant need for validation. Fake rich people are often quick to seek others' favor. They are unable to stop thinking about what other people think of them. They are constantly in need of affirmation, and those who give it to them inspire them to no end. Everything in the world of the pretend rich revolves around impressing the person they believe is socially superior to them. The wealthy elite does not care what others think of them. They do not need to flaunt themselves on social media. The truth is that you don't need to tell everyone that you're successful and content with yourself if you're pleased with yourself. Number 3. They use complex titles for their job position. For the position they hold in a corporation, fake people often choose titles that are difficult to understand. Imagine asking someone you are conversing with what they do for a living, and instead of receiving a straightforward, "I am a receptionist" response, they inform you that they are a company's director of first impressions. Instead of focusing on the work itself to get the right promotions, they spend most of the time trying to come up with a confusing name for the work they do. Wealthy people are known to value hard work rather than sugarcoating it. Number 4. They always want to talk about themselves. Every time. Fake wealthy people frequently enter conversations they are not asked to. This is typically a reliable approach to spot people who are self-conscious about their income. If you keep an eye out for them around somebody who is succeeding in any way, you may readily recognize this. People observe that the fake rich constantly want the conversation to center on them, and as a result, they are ready to label them as douchebags. Rich individuals are curious about everything. They want to find out about people's lives and interests, and they want to ask the right questions. Number 5. They always brag about the plans they have. Every time they have a brilliant scheme that will undoubtedly make them millions of dollars, the pretend rich always want everyone in the room to know about it. Simply put, even if a fake affluent person has brilliant ideas, there is very little chance that they will actually implement them. The main cause of this is a lack of self-control. All talk and no action is the epitome of the fake rich. While the real wealthy are highly invested in the future and are very enthusiastic about what it holds, they are also aware that any great plan takes at least a few years before you can begin to benefit from it, not just a few months. And before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to be notified when a new video is uploaded. Let's return to the video now. Part 2. Signs of the actual rich. Number 1. The rich are not outgoing. One of the characteristics that will help you spot the real rich is that they are not at all outgoing. Why should they be in our faces when they have nothing to prove? It is more difficult to notice wealthy people since they do not like to be the center of attention. A wealthy individual wouldn't look for you in a crowd to converse with. He most likely isn't the man making the rounds and handing out business cards to everyone in the room. Nor is he the loud talking guy. Rich individuals don't have a to-do list or a meet and greet agenda, which may give the impression that they are impolite. However, wealthy people are among the most humble people you will ever meet. Number 2. They do not wear flashy clothes. Many people believe that the only thing wealthy people care about is their fancy clothing and accessories. No, the wealthy are actually quite modest. And while they do have fancy clothing for special events, you are more likely to see them in casual clothing. Even Facebook's founder, Mark Zuckerberg, is well known for wearing gray t-shirts. This attitude toward casual clothing demonstrates that the wealthy are not very concerned with creating new fashion trends. But if you pay close attention to the wealthy, you'll notice that their clothing is always of top quality. If you pay close attention and look carefully, you will see that their apparel is elegant, comfortable, and well-fitting. They typically wear darker colors and lack the showy designer branding. Number 3. The rich only hang out with people who force them to level up. The wealthy don't demand to be the center of attention or make every conversation about themselves. You've definitely heard the saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're probably in the wrong room. But wealthy individuals are constantly looking for smarter people they can learn from. As was already said, people who pretend to be rich just want to steal the show for themselves. The wealthy are more prone to associate with people they can learn something from. Yet this is not to say they do not have their own cliques. Number 4. The rich don't care if you've heard of them. Rich individuals do not lead superhuman lives, despite what is rarely discussed. While the majority of wealthy people do not live simply, they do live like ordinary people. An editor who met The Weeknd, a celebrity, was the subject of a once-told tale. The editor asked the superstar the significance of the lengthy chain he was wearing when he first saw him exiting an elevator at a hotel. The superstar calmly responded, "It means Weekend XO," and then kindly instructed him to look it up on Google. On the other hand, the editor was still confused because he thought he had said it was the weekend, even though he was certain it was Tuesday. This supports the idea that many affluent people are worn out by the attention they get whenever they go out and actively strive to avoid it. They don't want you to like them too much or ask for their autograph. They don't mind if you respect them and let them get what they want right away, without giving them any extra looks. Number 5. They only want to talk about what they are learning. As is common knowledge, the wealthy are not always interested in small talk in an effort to continue becoming more productive. They only want to talk about what they are learning now. Ideas that came to them while they were working, their experiences, and everything else. Most people believe that the wealthy simply wish to discuss their most recent yacht purchase or recent business merger. No, they hardly ever discuss that. They tend to have more academic than practical dialogues, problems that infrequently involve money. There's no need to be very alarmed about it because they already have a ton of stuff. In conclusion, the richest people you will ever meet are among the humblest. The fake wealthy only want to boast about their meager accomplishments. However, the wealthy have come to understand that there is more to life than just having a lot of money, so they no longer feel the need to flaunt it in front of other people. One thing you can count on when trying to identify the wealthiest person in the room is that they won't be present at funky or extravagant events. Rich people will seek you out if you put your attention on improving yourself and your skills. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy similar stuff, check out my other videos. And if you like it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you in the next video.